Hey everybody, this is Stacy Rogers and welcome to my YouTube channel. I don't know that I'd ever recorded a video to put on my YouTube channel regarding what I do for my personal makeup, and so I thought I would do that today and kind of talk through the products that I use. So I always start with foundation primer, and this I use Mary Kay. All these products are going to be Mary Kay products, if you haven't figured that out already. And so I do use a Mary Kay foundation primer to put all over. And just to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to be doing today. So today I'm actually using an Ivory C110. Normally I actually use a C1 or an N140. But I was noticing it looking a little yellow on me here lately, and so I decided to switch to the C110 and see if that made a difference in how my skin looks, and so how it looks on my skin. But it is a little bit too light in a lot of ways, and so I do add a powder to it, but it doesn't look yellow, so that's the main thing. So you can see how it changes right away, takes the redness out of my skin, which is good. I also typically utilize under eye corrector and the concealer, and the concealer is the lightest color as well. So I'm going to put that on so you can see it. But I typically use my blender for this, so which I have here. So, and just I usually do down the nose and on the chin as well. So, and this is just kind of my normal, not my everyday routine, but fairly regular routine that I would utilize in order to cover my normal makeup routine. And so this is the oh, hold on, I didn't have the right one out. The under eye corrector. Well, my under eye, oh, there it is. My under eye corrector. Nope, I have 3 concealers. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing today. Oh, there it is. So, let's get that out of the way. So, concealer conceals red, and the under eye corrector blocks blue. And so I'm going to put that over my little age spot there. And because it is more of the blue rather than the red, as it's a skin color. And then I'm just going to go back over this and then kind of bring in my blotter, my beauty blender. And I'll do the rest with my foundation here in just a minute. Now, when I get into these areas here, you want to flip this. So this beauty blender, you can use it on the flat side like I've been using here just real over the last couple minutes, or you can use the pointed side to really get into those areas and make sure that it's blended well. Okay, so I'll continue on with my color. Now that I've gotten the and I do put my foundation on my lids because I have a lot of different color in my lids, and so I want it all to match. So I do put it, this is weird doing it looking up like I am, but we're gonna go with it. So I do put it on my lids so that the color is uniform regardless of what foundation or what makeup I choose to put on as far as eye color. So I could just put something very simple on, or I could do fairly elaborate. It doesn't matter. Whatever shows through is fine. So again, this is the Luminous. That's what the pink means. Luminous Ivory C110. And again, you can see the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference in the colors, but this was the Ivory 140 and this is the C110, but it has a lot more yellow in it. I don't know if you can see that. And so I've worn it for years, and then all of a sudden it just started looking way more yellow on me. And I was like, man, that's really weird. So it was making like all of my pictures come out really orangey yellow, and you know, everything was not quite looking right. And so I was like, I better dial it down and see if I can use a slightly different color. So anyway, so then I'm using this palette, which has the Latte Contour. And I always do my contour a little bit different because than maybe what is told to do, just because I think that that's what works best on my face. And one of the things that I always tell people, like, I can tell you how to do stuff all day long, but you really need to find what's going to work best for your face. One of the things I always do is I slim down this nose of mine. It's a very wide nose, and I want it to be slimmer and a little more smaller on the end. So I always slim that down. Okay. And then I put a little bit up here because I feel like I have a really wide forehead. And so I get that in there as well. Really tall forehead. And so I bring that up as well. In addition, I put a little bit of color. This is Rosy Nude, and then this is glazed highlighter. And so I do a little bit of color. I do a little bit of the contour in here. Not a lot. And then I just blend it. Okay. And I do bring my glazed up here as well. Okay, so this is pretty normal, what I would normally do. I also really, really, really love our liquid eyeshadows. I wear them almost exclusively as the under part of the eye color. So, and I have a hooded eye, so I tend to, you know, put my eyeshadow on just a little bit differently, and will bring up the color a little bit. So I'll show you what that's going to look like here momentarily after I get this on. But I do love, I don't care what anyone says, as you age, you can still wear glimmer and shimmer, and I do every day, and I think it looks amazing when it's done right. Now, I've seen it done very, very, very wrong. And that is where people get into trouble when they're putting these weird colors or weird things on their face that really don't complement them. That's when it looks funny. Or they put it on really, really heavy, and it just doesn't need to be to get, I mean, look how much shimmer that has, and I don't really have that much on at all. So, in fact, I'm going to add a little bit more. Very nice shimmer that you get from that. So I could stop right here and have a perfectly nice look for today. As far as the eye colors, obviously there's other things to do, but we are going to add a second color. I'm going to do my eyebrows first, and I am using, oh, by the way, I was using the liquid, terrible at telling, this Pink Starlight. It's my favorite. And I also, I know it looks like I have a lot of brows, but you'll also notice they look kind of sparse. So I do use our brow tint, and I use the brunette. It has a little bit of red in it. So I am a redhead, even though it's made for brown hair. I tend to, if somebody really truly has brown hair, I'm either putting them into the dark brunette or I am putting them into the dark blonde. color. If you have any amount of red in your hair, this is going to look amazing. The brunette is the one you want to go with. And that's this. And this lasts, if you use this every single day, this will last you a couple months. It does tend to dry out as it gets older. And then I have lots of different colors to choose from. And more that were in this palette. I think today we're just going to go with a nice sweet plum. And the sweet plum is just, and I'm going to use our brush. I was using our cheek brush. This is my favorite brush here. We're going to use it again for something else. And I was using the liquid foundation brush. So this is sweet plum, and I just load a little bit on there, and I go into this crease. I'm gonna have to look in this mirror to do this, and then I bring it up above the crease for me. I bring it up to my brow bone, basically, because when I close, when I look down, you're not gonna see it if I just did it in the crease. It would disappear completely. And so I do have to bring it up a little bit so that you can still see color with my eyes, okay? So, and again on this side, I'm gonna do the same thing. Put it in the crease and then extend it up a little bit. And that is for anyone with hooded eyes. This is a really, really, really great way to still be able to see the color, not overtake your eyes. Now, if you have wide set eyes already, this is actually going to widen. And so if you have close set eyes, this is going to widen your eyes out. I have other ideas for wide set eyes that can be utilized instead. You would probably just extend the color more fully over to draw the attention back in. And so this is what I do. I don't mind drawing my eyes out a little bit more. I feel like it opens them up and I can see better. I wear glasses anyways, and so I always end up applying my makeup a little bit heavier so that when I put the glasses on, I'll still be able to see the makeup, because otherwise it just gets, eaten up by the glasses. Okay, so very simple look. That was 2 colors, and I'm pretty much done. Every once in a while, I will pop back over here with one of my other brushes, and let me find the right one. And the blender, this little blender brush here. It's a they call it the eye smudger, and I will come in and grab one of these light colors like this one or the blossom, and just tap up in that area. Today I'm going to do just a little bit up here. Okay. And you see how that immediately did that color change? Okay, and then I'm going to show you what I do with that after I get the color up there. Okay, so color's up there. It's kind of a harsh line, so I just go in between the two and I just smooth that line. Okay, very simple. It's your makeup look can be really as easy or difficult as you make it. And the next thing we're going to do is add eyeliner, and then we're going to finish it off with our powders. So again, I'll have to use the other mirror for this. And I tend to stay just middle and out, and I tend to just do a small amount here at the edge. And just give it a little bit of a lift on the edge there. I don't go overboard with that liner, and I don't bring it all the way across. I really want it to make those eyes pop. And then I go to my 2 favorite products, which is Fanorama and Lash Intensity. So Fanorama goes on first. And it is a dual-sided brush. Okay, it's got two sides to it, so it is a lash extending formula. That's why it's called Vanorama. And you just put it all over. I tend to blink down into the brush because I feel like that gives a better coverage. Once you have done a coat of that, then I switch over to the lash intensity. And there's a couple other tricks, but I won't go into those today, but that I use for much longer lashes when I want them, because as time has went on, I've lost lashes and I feel like they've broken off and I don't have as many as I once did. So I really do have to use products that will extend them out well, what I do have, and build on the product versus necessarily building on the lashes. I mean, they're building on the lashes, but they're then building on the product further. Okay, so after that, we're almost done. Now, you might extend makeup down onto your neck and chest area. I tend to not. I'm very pink, and I know you can see the difference between the two, but I tend to avoid that action for a couple reasons. One, I'm super white no matter what. I mean, I'm the lightest, probably the lightest you can get, almost. But I just feel like I really want to just pay attention to the face area. I will extend some color down here as a little side note, but I don't tend to do a lot. So what I'm using right now is translucent powder. By the way, this eyeliner was our waterproof black eyeliner. And the translucent powder, I just kind of give a nice little tap over my entire face and down the sides of the nose. And you can stop here, but I usually also add another powder. And today we're going to use light ivory. I have light ivory and I have light to medium finishing powder. And this is kind of, I call it a blurring powder. And so this would be the one that I would extend down here. Okay. And just kind of go over the entire face. Make sure that all of my lines are blended, okay, that I don't have extra, lines. I love the definition that I get from contouring, but I always want to make sure that there's no lines left. So I put a little bit of powder down here just to kind of take the edge off the pink, and then I go back over one more time with my translucent powder again, just a very, very light amount, especially around the eyes and the forehead and just wherever I think I need it. So, and then finally, I would choose a lipstick. I don't know that, I thought I had one in here. Ew. There's lots of different lipsticks to choose from. This one happens to be one that is a limited edition item that's no longer available, but it's one I've got available to me today, so we're gonna use it anyways. And this is one of my favorites. I hope that they bring this back because these are long staying lipsticks without damaging your lips. And so they had lots of different colors. I like the mauve sometimes, and then other times, see if I can find the really dark one. I love this one, but it's a little too dark for what I want to do today. And so that is my makeup look, my everyday makeup look. If I feel like once I put my powder on, I can't see my color anymore, like I can't see my cheek color anymore, I will go back and apply just a small amount of that as well. But that's pretty much it. So that documents what I do for makeup on a daily basis. I use many different colors and many different products, and I love them all. I loved all different colors. So, but I wanted to kind of go through that. And please subscribe, watch, like, share, all that good stuff. I'll be doing more content as we go forward. And really, my YouTube channel is more than just Mary Kay. It's about anything I want to talk about. And so, you know, you may find other topics on here that are of interest to you, different things. Sometimes I post my family, different fun things like that. And so I hope that you'll join me and enjoy the content that I provide. Have a great day. Bye.